all of the rankings came out for the Indiana Hoosiers. They sit at number 12 with the amount of votes they got in the Big Ten. Can Darren DeVries and his style and process-based thinking take the Hoosiers to the next level? We'll talk about that and how the schedule plays out with the rankings they have of the other teams, all in this episode. Let's get into it.
Pretty simple, I win.
Basketball is a way of life in Indiana that many people will never understand.
Hello guys, and welcome to Indiana Sports Connection. I am your residential anchor, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining me. This delicious backdrop brought to you by the great people of New York City. This is not a green screen hillbilly monkey. So yeah, we are in Central Park, right in the this is called the Sheep's Lounge, or the sheep herding area. But so we got this beautiful backdrop today. But today we're going to talk about the Hoosiers, where they are in the rankings. I know the rankings don't matter preseason, especially with the amount of new guys we brought in. But we're going to talk about how the games line up, like where Louisville's at, where some of the teams they're going to play, where they are ranked, because that's going to really show some of the opportunities that Indiana has to take themselves to the next level. So if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button down below. This is Indiana Sports Connection. Hit that thumbs up button. This is Indiana Sports Connection on the road today. So hit the thumbs up button. Do all that good stuff if you love Indiana basketball, or if you're still loving the football team. But I wanted to get this in about the basketball because this is the time of year I love. We're going to start to see the character of the players. We're going to start to see some of the preliminary, like them play some of the low-level teams, and this is when you can really start to just start to love on this player, or this guy's your favorite player. Tell me who you are going to be really rooting for in the comments down below. And now, without further ado, let's get into talking about the Indiana Hoosiers. All right, the Hillbilly Monkey, are you ready? We are in New York City, and there's no better place than right here to talk about Indiana basketball, and I'm going to tell you why. If you look around New York City, there's this like type of rock underneath Central Park. That is the foundation for all of these buildings. That's why this was the perfect place to build a city like this. It wasn't just happenstance. It's not built on sand. It's built on a hard rock foundation. So why is that important? I mean, Darren DeVries, what he is bringing in, can he build that foundation this year? Take the team to the tournament. I know they're not ranked. We're going to talk here about all of the where all of the other teams that Indiana plays, where all of them are ranked. I mean, one day ago, Todd Leary arrested. I did not read the whole article, but I'm just reading articles this morning, and my thoughts go out to Todd. You know, I was supposed to do a show with him. I've never met him in person. I emailed him one time, but I hope he gets his shit together. Let's move on to something else. I know he's had problems in the past, and yeah, so... And haven't we all had a lot of problems in the past? Indiana was one of 20 teams to at least receive one vote to be inside the top 25. They did get one vote, and this is how it all shakes out. And this is in the last 4 years, Indiana's only been ranked 2 times. But here's the thing. I mean, last year, we didn't have a foundational coach. We didn't have a coach that was going to do a whole lot, and we were ranked 13th to start the year, and it mattered none. So the rankings, they don't matter at all to me, but this is where, like, how it all shakes out in November and December, how Indiana could climb up and where they could have some of their biggest opportunities. And then we could really, I'm going to start getting into what I love to do on this channel the most is, like, look at the teams they're going to play, the style of play that they're going to play, and the style of play that Indiana's going to play, and how they can counterbalance that. And that's what we're going to be getting into in November. But this Friday, they got the exhibition against Marion. November 5th, the first game. They have another exhibition against Baylor. So it is coming fast, and I know people are pumped up about the Indiana Hoosiers football team, but we got to talk about this schedule and how it's going to shake out for Indiana. So you start with Alabama A&M, and then you get on November 5th, then you got Marquette. Marquette is not ranked in this top 25. That is a team that with their coach, they're always a team that's going to be fast and gritty. And I mean, they could be a team that definitely would be like going into the top 25. I don't know a ton about Marquette this year, like the type of talent. It is so hard with the NIL, like when you see this guy play over here and then he moves over here, like how's it all going to shake out? That's why, I mean, more than any other time, I don't think the rankings mean anything, a la Indiana football going in there and beating Oregon, because it was clear that we had a more experienced, more formidable bunch there, but it's just we were never going to get that ranking on that, you know. After that, man, Indiana's got a bunch of non-ranked games. They play Kansas State. That's another like big one, but you know, some of those teams, they'll probably be kind of like South Carolina was last year. You know, it's kind of hard to tell early in the season like how these teams are going to be and how they're going to play. But the first real big matchup, Louisville ranked 11th to come into this season. That is good news for Indiana. I mean, Louisville being close by Indiana with what their coach did last year, and let's face it, I mean, he played in a lot weaker division. Like Pat Kelsey in Louisville last year, they are not playing in the Big Ten. They did not have to go up against some of the heavyweights. So their record, while really good, I don't think they would have had that type of record in the Big Ten. They probably might have been on the bubble. Who knows? But Louisville, that's just good news to see. Like after what he did last year, you know, can DeVries do that at Indiana? Then after that, you got Penn State on December 9th, and you know, Penn State's been falling apart since Shrewsbury left. They've not been as good, and since they've lost some of their key players. And I hope Ace Baldwin has finally graduated from school. Then you got December 13th, Kentucky, number 9. I mean, this is a good start to December. You got the 6th against Louisville, and then you got the 9th, you're playing Kentucky. You got 2 ranked games there. So pulling out one of those games, you got to get the upset in one of those games. That is going to be critical to when you come down to the bubble watch and all this stuff, who you beat. And if you could beat Kentucky at Kentucky, that's probably going to be the harder of the games. On the website, it says that the Louisville game is going to be played in Bloomington, but I believe it's going to be played in Indianapolis. Leave your comments, because I've seen that listed 2 different ways on like a few different websites. So a little bit confusing there. Then you got Chicago State, Siena, and then January 4th, you start off with Washington, the first game, Maryland, Nebraska. You start out with, they could get off to a good start in the Big Ten, but then Michigan State, ranked 22, Michigan is ranked 7th. And let's just go through where all of the Big Ten teams are ranked rather than just going through the entire schedule right here. 6 Big Ten teams made the top 25. Purdue at number 1, Michigan number 7, UCLA number 12, Illinois number 17, Michigan State 22, and Wisconsin 24. Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State, Washington, Iowa. Indiana received the 12th most amount of votes out of all of those teams. What do you think about the Hoosiers? I'm going to tell you, it's at a point where I think everything's been said. I don't want to play clips of Darren DeVries. I mean, I know the Big Ten Media Days were last week, but we're kind of talking more about football. But it's almost like at this point, I just need to see this team on the court in this exhibition, and then see how they can, go November 5th, and then we're gonna just kind of go from there. Like one thing early in the season, it's hard to tell when you watch guys practice. It's hard to tell until you see guys kind of under more serious duress or competition, how they're gonna look out there, like what guys have what skills. Can Conaway shoot the 3 ball? Can he shoot like step back? Is he good off the dribble shooting? Is he just a great passer? Does he need space to really spot up, to really get a shot off? Reed Bailey's development here at Indiana, Tucker DeVries and his injury and everything like that, like how he's going to play this year. Lamar Wilkerson, how he's got just a bunch of pigeons just like flew all around me here. But Lamar Wilkerson, how he is going to develop this year too? Will he be able to, dominate and score a lot of points in the Big Ten? I'm just so excited for it. It's been 2 years, and this is why I'm so beaten down. If you've noticed, the language on the channel has gotten a lot better since Mike Woodson's not here anymore. So, but by all accounts, this Indiana basketball team has to win some of these fucking games. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, they got to win some of these games. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, they got to put something together and get into the tournament this year, and that's all there is to it. So, Hillbilly Monkey, what do you think about the team and everything like that?
Carved from the sands of the Wabash River and formed into a monkey land that's sold in home goods. It's the Hillbilly Monkey Perspective on Indiana Sports Connection.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm going to tell you that it's, I'm with you. I cannot wait to see them on the court. It's a few days away, and I probably would have more to say about it, but, the football team is ripping it up, and we don't have anything else to really wait to see out of this basketball team except for how are they going to be able to respond to some of the big contenders, like you said, Kentucky, Louisville. You got to circle those dates and win one of them games. Yeah, that is definitely for sure. Like, you got to win one of those games. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Indiana Sports Connection. Until next time, stay classy out there, Hoosier fans.